Tonight on Maui Chopper, two hikers are lost in remote terrain.
Probably next to some waterfall because they probably took a dive off the thing.
Yeah, these guys could be anywhere.
And later, Manny's last mission is his most dangerous. A nighttime rescue in the middle of a volcano.
Hey, Raj, I'm out of power here.
The day begins like most others at Windward Aviation. Sunshine and Chief Pilot Pete busy at work.
Want to make sure everything's okay this morning. And it's always good to check it and make sure it's clean.
Pete's work ethics are ridiculous. You know, you take the Generation X guys, put them up against a guy like Peter, and there's no comparison. He's just an all-around great guy.
Air 1, Rescue 10 needs your assistance with finding an injured hiker. Caller states that the male hiker fell off a waterfall and they do not know their exact location. Rescue 10 will respond to hangar for transport.
Pete quickly readies Air 1 for launch. He'll be accompanied by the Maui Fire Department's elite rescue unit.
Rescue 10 respond to the hangar and get their equipment ready, get it rigged up, and we're gone. Clear.
Tower afternoon, Maui Air 1, flight east ramp, we're ready to go.
With the location of the hiker still unknown, owner and pilot Don lifts off with Air 2 and will assist in the search.
Tower 251 east ramp, we'd like to follow Maui Air 1 out.
Roger, please request use caution across both runways.
Because the victims cannot accurately give their location,
Yeah, these guys could be anywhere.
the rescue teams are faced with trying to find two people lost inside 15 square miles of thick jungle.
This particular valley in the back, up on the top, 300 to 500 inches of rain a year. This thing can cut loose on you. 10-foot wall of water come rushing down this river. Unfortunately, we've ended up pulling too many bodies out of this kind of area. Probably next to some waterfall because they probably took a dive off the thing.
Dude, I got him. He's right over here. I got him. He's right down here. I got him.
Okay, Roger, we're on our way. Okay, I got you. I'm off here 3 o'clock right now.
Okay, they're directly below me. He looks pretty hurt, man. I don't know if he's unconscious or what.
Pete lands to let the firemen rig up for the rescue.
Okay, Dan, we've got a spot. We're pretty close here. The guys are getting out. They'll get everything packaged up, and we'll get somebody down there.
Okay, I'm just gonna hang loose. I gave her the signal you're coming, so they know help's on the way.
Okay. All right, we're on our way up slope here. Okay, guys, when we get in here, we'll see what the wind's like, but we're not going to get stupid and get on the back side of this stuff right here. If it's no good, we're going to find some other way to do it.
Okay.
Okay, John, we got our first guy in there. He's still ain't in the water, though. He's probably pretty messed up.
3 or 4 times a year, we're picking somebody up that jumps off a waterfall, doesn't clear the fall, and hits the rocks below.
Air 1, we got a single male here. Apparently he fell while climbing one of these cliffs here. He has a back injury. He's gonna need some hands to get him out of here.
Oh, man, this guy hasn't moved since we saw him.
Up next, the rescue crew works quickly to get the victim to safety.
How is he indeed? Is he okay?
I don't know. It doesn't sound good.
And later, two teenage mountain bikers are nowhere to be found.
Man, they should be right down on the left here.
Rescue crews have just reached an injured hiker.
Air 1, we got a single male here. Apparently he fell while climbing one of these cliffs here. He has a back injury. Gonna need some hands to get him out of here.
I don't know, man. This guy hasn't moved since we saw him.
I'm gonna need the full C-spine rig with the basket and everything. All right, copy that. We should be there shortly. How is he, Pete? Is he okay or what?
I don't know. It doesn't sound good. They said they're going to kind of hustle him through it. They'll have him ready, and we'll get him out of there. But, yeah, I think he's pretty messed up.
The grave injury makes extracting the victim extremely dangerous. Pete has to use all of his skill to make the ride as smooth as possible.
Air 1, we are ready for extraction. We will be having victim in the basket.
Okay, that one coming up.
Yeah, well clear up, no factor. You do your thing.
Getting the victim off the wire fast is important. Pete heads to the nearby landing spot.
We're going right to the LZ here. I don't want this guy in the air any longer than we have to.
Okay.
The paramedics load the stretcher onto the helicopter. With the victim now inside Air 1, the ride to the waiting ambulance should be smoother and faster. Although the hiker's injuries are serious, they are not considered life-threatening, and he's expected to make a slow but full recovery. Pilot Manny Sikudakis has got an early start on his final day before leaving for a job on the mainland.
Jack, you know, they told me you were coming in and working out. And I said, I gotta see this for myself. You look like you pulled down a lot, though.
Yeah, about 20 pounds in the last 6 weeks.
Oh, that's good.
Get back to my high school weight.
Well, we can carry a few more things in a helicopter now.
Yeah.
911 emergency.
Yeah, our sons went mountain biking today, and they should have been back, 1:30th, and we've been in touch with them, but we can't get to them. They don't know where they're at.
They're lost.
They're lost.
Okay, we're going to have the fire department and the police respond. Okay?
Okay, great.
And if the boys call now, tell them to hang up and dial 911, ask for Bill,
Ask for Bill.
and ask
Okay.
for Bill.
Back at Windward, veteran pilot Dean Graham will lead the first chopper to respond.
Engine 13, Rescue 10, Air 1. We have some lost mountain bikers up at Puli Puli Springs State Park.
I like to do this job because I love flying, and I also feel that it's also really rewarding. We certainly don't do it for the money.
Third-party caller states that the bikers, 17-year-olds and a 19-year-old, have been lost for over 4 hours.
While Engine 13 heads to the scene, Dean scrambles Air 1 with a full load of firefighters.
Central Air 1 has departed the heliport. We're en route. Any injuries to report, or they just not know where they are?
They don't know where they are.
The sun is setting, and dawn races to join in the search.
Yeah, one of the biggest problems we have is people wait till it's almost sunset. They're up there at 6,000 feet. They're set up for an 80-degree day. They don't have water. I mean, it can become a real tragedy just one night. There was a guy we couldn't find years ago in Neal Valley. We found him the next morning. He had died of exposure from the night.
The disoriented bikers only have one barely working lifeline, a cell phone.
911 emergencies, may I help you?
Can I talk to Bill, please?
Yeah, this is Bill. You're the mountain bike guys, yeah?
Yep.
Our Air 1 helicopter has just left the heliport.
Air 1 and Air 2 begin the search. The bikers report they can see and hear the helicopters, but the fog and tree cover keep them hidden from the pilots.
What's up?
Yeah, they're not going to be able to hear you.
He's going right past. And we're on his right.
Okay.
Air 1, to your right, to your right.
You're on my left, or you're on my right, or I'm over here. Well, we don't know where that is.
The party says they're on a trail.
Man, they should be right down on the left here. We should see them from here.
You got shirts and stuff you can wave in the air, yeah? Make sure you...
Yeah, we're waving.
As darkness falls, time is running out and frustration is building.
When they say you keep circling them.
They're on the trail.
People get turned around, you know, you're down there in the brush. You know, you think you know which way north, south, east, and west is.
They're somewhere around here?
They should be.
We've looked for days for people.
Next, with darkness closing in, the search gets desperate.
Man, they should be right down on the left here.
And later, Manny makes a daring choice to try to save a woman's life.
The crater was really getting dark really quick.
Helicopters at night don't work.
Two young bikers are completely lost on a remote trail. If the Windward pilots don't find them, they could perish overnight.
Man, they should be right down on the left here. We should see them from here.
Firefighters are on the ground trying to locate the victims.
Got them off my left side. Got a visual on them, they're down on my left.
Command, we have a visual. There's two personnel waving us in.
The two helicopters circle the bikers, allowing the firefighters at the top of the trail to hike to their exact location.
Okay, you got a fireman right above them. Tell them walk uphill.
Yeah.
The stranded teenagers had no idea they were a 5-minute walk to safety.
It was just a matter of walk uphill a half a mile, they would have been saved, but they didn't know that.
Everyone from command, no injuries, extrication not required.
The successful rescue gives Don and Dean a sigh of relief, and the victims a reason to be thankful.
I'm never going to another forest ever again.
Hey, Mom. Yep, we're good. It was an adventure. Okay. All right, love you.
It's one thing to be embarrassed and be safe. And remember, we want to rescue you. We want to help you. We want to save you. We feel great when we save somebody.
With the day coming to an end, so is Manny's stay at Windward Aviation. Unfortunately for him, the dangerous missions on Maui don't stop.
We have an elderly female hiker on the crater trail, conscious and breathing, but unable to get up.
Well, we got an elderly lady up Haleakala crater, which is the other side of those clouds, unable to get up, probably due to altitude and her age. So we're gonna head over there. Rescue team is on their way. I'm starting up. Okay, fire in the hole.
Maui 1 equipped.
Failure 1 remain east of runway 2. Proceed as requested. Use caution.
Manny's final mission at Windward will be his toughest. Flying his chopper at night is extremely dangerous, and visibility is almost zero. At an elevation of 10,000 feet, Manny will have to find a landing zone, load a basket and rescuer to the aircraft, and then fly into the middle of a pitch-black crater. With a rescuer and basket now attached at the end of Manny's line, Captain Roger of the Maui Fire Department will help guide Manny to the victim.
She's right behind us, not too far down. She has a white shirt and shorts on. All right. Okay, coming up.
The high altitude and weight of the helicopter give Manny trouble generating lift.
Hey, Raj, I'm out of power here.
I couldn't lift. I had the low RPM signal coming on, so I had a performance issue with the helicopter.
We have too much fuel right now, and we're too high. So I'll go in then. Okay.
Manny is forced to land and unload Roger to lighten the weight of the aircraft.
The higher you climb, the loss of performance you have on two things. One is the engine. It doesn't have enough oxygen because the air is thinner up there. The other thing is the lift that the blades create.
As the helicopter rotors slice through the thin air, they can barely generate enough lift to carry Manny over the crater. He's pushing the helicopter to its limit.
the crater was really getting dark really quick. So I followed the trail. I had my landing lights and my searchlight on.
Plus it's cold, my eyes are watering.
It was a little intense, actually. In the crater, there's no lighting. It's a big black hole.
Manny has located the victim, and now in complete darkness, must carefully extract her. One mistake could mean disaster.
This approach is really now.
Coming up, the victim heads towards safety.
I got her. We're clear. Let's go.
And later, the pilots pay tribute to a fallen hero.
It's a great honor. It's a great tribute to those people that have passed away.
Maui Air 1 has just reached a woman trapped inside a volcanic crater in almost zero visibility. Rescue crews need to get her to safety as quickly as possible.
At least I got the vertical light here.
In almost complete darkness, the rescuer quickly loads the victim on the basket.
I got her. We're clear. Let's go.
I just took my time, stayed into the wind, climbed up.
I'm rigging it in.
Finally, the victim is brought safely to the ground, where firefighters wait to take her to a nearby ambulance.
Ah, well done, guys.
After a long night, Manny makes his final exit from Windward as the sun starts to rise.
That's it. My last day, end of the shift. Collecting this last stuff I've got left. Feels kind of weird, actually. It's been an awesome chapter of my life. And it's a little hard to say goodbye, actually. Yeah, I've been very torn. This is an amazing place, but I had to do what was best for me. And this happens to be the one.
Today, the mission for the pilots of Windward Aviation is a unique Hawaiian tradition.
I have a great Hawaiian friend, a policeman that I've known for 7 or 8 years, just passed away from a heart attack, 42 years old. They had asked if we could do a flower drop over his funeral. And it's a tribute to do that for someone when they've passed away. Everybody in Hawaii, it's all about relationships. You know, I have really good, genuine friends in Hawaii.
Keeping in tradition with the Aloha spirit, Don and his pilots will fly in formation over the ceremony and drop flowers as a final tribute to a fallen hero.
Hawaii, and especially Maui, is a real tight-knit group of guys. We all know each other. And you know, when one of my friends passes away, the only thing I can really do to help ease the pain for the family is to do what I can do, and that's provide my helicopters.
Maui's been really good to Windward, and it means a lot to the families, and it's important that we do it.
It was absolutely the most perfect flower drops I've ever done. It was unbelievable. Yeah, this is one of our little spots. That's where I bring the kids a lot.
With another fire season on Maui coming to a close, Don only has a couple of months to find a new pilot to join the team.
You know, I look for somebody that can do the work, but has the personality and the air sense that's necessary to stay alive and not cost me money or embarrass me.
What will happen next is always unpredictable for the pilots of Maui Chopper. But one thing is certain, the family at Windward Aviation isn't going anywhere.
I love my job. I can't wait to get up in the morning and come do my job. I really can't. I mean, I get up 4 o'clock every morning and I'm like excited to go to work.
It's a great place to work. It's a fun job, and I like everything about it. Make the customers happy, put the machine away, and go hit golf balls. It just doesn't get any better than that.
I've been flying helicopters around, almost every day for over 20 years now. It's a tough job, eventually it gets to you. I think when I was younger, it was a little easier for me, but for me, it's getting harder. And no job is that important.
I think about my life every day of my life, and I'm so grateful and blessed to be where I am, have the most beautiful woman in the world next to me. It's unreal. I mean, and I'm living in a place called Maui, Hawaii. How many people get to do that?